It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today as we finish out another week on the channel. I have been looking forward to this episode all week. We started side one of In Rainbows from Radiohead last week. Today, we turn the record over and we hear the last 5 songs on the album. I really reacted strongly to the first side, the first 5 songs of In Rainbows. This band has something special about the way they arrange and perform their songs. They just do. There is something larger than the sum of its parts when you get the finished product with this band, and I'm still trying to figure out just what the secret sauce is and marveling at the sound while I do it. So I am thankful that you are here and along for the ride. Thank you for coming back. It's been a long time coming. We've been listening to Radiohead for several years here on the channel, a little bit at a time. We started out, the first album from this band that we heard was OK Computer back in 2023. The next year we listened to The Bends. In 2025 we listened to Kid A and Amnesiac. And now we're on to In Rainbows, their 7th album, released in 2007. And I do know that I skipped over Hail to the Thief, which was released in 2003. I think the next time that we come back to Radiohead, we will revert and listen to Hail to the Thief. But this particular album, In Rainbows, was very much suggested and desired by folks in our community, and so that's why I went to it first, and I'm just digging it, y'all. I'm ready to dive in to the second side. As I started this last week, the only question really that I had was I going to listen to the live version of this from the basement or the actual studio album? And we decided to go with the studio album, and I'm thankful that we decided to do that, because now that I've been hearing this in the studio, and I will have heard this from the studio, now we can play with it a bit and see what they did with it in a live setting. So not too long from now, hopefully, probably on Patreon, we'll go back and watch from the basement. But for today, side 2 is up, and I'm ready to go. Y'all, we've got Tom York, Johnny Greenwood, Ed O'Brien, Colin Greenwood, and Philip Selway with us, and we start with a song called Faust Arp, A-R-P, and I read that this song's sound is going to feature a finger-picked acoustic guitar and some syrupy strings. I'm down for that. And as I look at the lyrics, I do think that they are drawing on the Faustian folklore that many of us have heard in other stories and settings. One of the major settings that comes to mind is an opera from Gounod called Faust. It's one of many number of great examples of the Faustian bargain, right? Which is when we sell our soul to the devil in exchange for some kind of promise or exchange or barter or something like that. And it's always a fascinating look into the mind and the motivations of a person, right? I also saw that the title of this song pays tribute to the krautrock band called Faust. So there you go, friends. Let's start it off with Faust Arp from Radiohead. Here we go.
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine, it's on again, off again, on again. Watch me fall like dominoes in pretty patterns, fingers in the blackbird pie. I'm tingling, tingling, tingling. It's what you feel now, what you ought to, what you ought to. Reasonable, sensible, there from running up. I guess I'm stuck. We thought you had it even now.
I love the repetition of their words. the lyrics.
Take a bow, it's what you feel now, what you ought to. The elephant that's in the room is tumbling, duplicate and triplicate and plastic bags and duplicate and triplicate. There from
Listen to those chords.
Stuck. We thought you had it in, but no. Exactly where you get out is
Sounds like a dominant.
I love you, but enough is enough. That stuff, there's no real reason.
Yeah, back to G major. To the B flat. And then the B flat changes to B natural over that G chord. Huh. Wow. Like I said, it's relatively simple. There's nothing melodically that is calling on Tom to show off his vocal technique. His voice, his vocal is yet another layer in this complicated sandwich of a song that we get. The thing about the Faustian bargain that I get is in the chorus. Dead from the neck up, I guess I'm stuffed. Dead from the neck up. We thought you had it in you, but not. Exactly where do you get off is enough. I love you, but enough is enough. Enough of that stuff. There's no real reason. It's like they're going through the motions. They've given up a part of themselves to be in this situation, and they're just mostly dead because of it. Always fascinating to hear their music. The next song is called Reckoner, and I read that this was an early contender for the title of the album, to call it Reckoner. I think that would have been a nice title as well. They ended up opting for a saying that is in this song's chorus instead. We get in rainbows in this chorus. The chorus is, because we separate like ripples on a blank shore, and then in parentheses, in rainbows. And that gets said twice. Reckoner, take me with you, dedicated to all human beings. To all human beings. So Johnny has said that the recording of this song, as they were doing it, really amped them up. It amped them up because they got the feeling that, yeah, we're finding something here. There's something special that's going to be happening as we start to put all of these sounds together. And they were feeling really good about the direction that they were going. So that makes me really curious to hear what they are up to here. So let's do it. This is Reckoner from Radiohead. Here we go. We pause this acoustic sound for the sound of drums. That sounds like minor one. E minor-ish. You can't take it with you dancing for your pleasure. We don't take much of anything with us, do we? Yeah! Cool. And then the bass comes in and everything just settles. Major 4. Went to like the major 1 for a second. There's the 5 chord. Major 1 and an inversion. That's beautiful. Minor 1 and an inversion. Latest soul. Because we separate like ripples on a blank shore. It's just rippling out. And it's like the motion stops, but the meter, the underlying rhythm never really changes, never ceases. It just reemerges. So cool! When he breaks up human like that, dedicated to all human beings, it's almost like he's saying dedicated to you, and then stopping himself as he's no, all human beings. It's a neat turn of phrase. The songs become more than just songs. They become these, at 4 minutes or 5 minutes, like these mini art pieces performed and realized by this particular rock band. And they're using all of their available skill and creativity and instinct. What a lovely sound. It makes me happy, It really, really does. Next up, I want to keep going, friends. House of Cards is the next song, a relationship song. And our narrator here is someone who definitely does not want to be relegated to the friend zone, y'all. He wants to be more than friends. Verse 1, I don't want to be your friend. I just want to be your lover, no matter how it ends, no matter how it starts. Forget about your house of cards and I'll do mine. This was promoted and was a promotional single from the album. I think it also got a video, and it was nominated for a Grammy as well. Again, one of the songs I've never heard from this band, so I am ready to hear House of Cards from Radiohead. Here we go. And another completely different way of starting the sonic landscape of a song. 3 completely different ones in a row. Acoustic to drums to kind of this plugged in guitar. Chorus sounds just like a verse, at least to start. And they got that 9th hanging out. B flat, F. The 4 chord. That G is hanging out as an added 9th over that F chord. Counter melody in the arrangement. The infrastructure will collapse. Voltage spikes. Throw your keys in the bowl. Kiss your heart's blown goodnight. Wow. Throw your keys in the bowl, kiss your husband goodnight. What does that mean? Forget about your house of cards, I'll do mine. Don't worry about how your world might all come crumbling down. Let me take that responsibility. Let me worry about my own house of cards. You'll be safe. That's what I hear there. One of the things that I really love about their sound is that there seems to not really be any harsh edges. It's all sounds that just layer on top of each other and flow from one to another. It's very evocative. bones of the song are relatively simple, but the result is greater than the sum of its parts. Remarkable. That's as special as I've heard simple F major as a key sound in a long time. Really special. And talking about special, this is a song that I was really interested to hear coming into this. Jigsaw Falling Into Place. This was the first single released from the album, and it did receive a supporting music video. Tom has said that this song is based on his memory of many drunken nights during their university days, though not all of the song is autobiographical. A quote from Tom: "I would never say it was personal because it's just always a set of observations. Jigsaw Falling Into Place says much about the fact I used to live in the center of Oxford and used to go out occasionally and witness the chaos of a weekend around here. But it's also about a lot of different experiences. The lyrics are quite caustic. The idea of before you're comatose or whatever, drinking yourself and getting fucked up to forget. When you're part of a group of people who are all trying to forget en masse, it is partly this elation, but there's a much darker side." Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to numb the mind into a space where it won't bring your fears and your worries to the party tonight. You know, I just want to relax tonight. And there's elation in that, he says, but there's also a darker side, he says. And I understand that. I know what he's talking about. I understand, I think. And I think that it's put into the context of another relationship song. The Jigsaw Falling Into Place is one person fitting another person's needs just perfectly, right? But in this particular song, is that jigsaw falling into place? Is it a perfect fit for good, or is it a perfect fit for not so good things? We shall hear. We shall hear. And I am eager to hear this song for the first time. It is Jigsaw Falling Into Place, and it's from Radiohead. Here we go. Fun. Huh.
Just as you take my hand, just as you write my number down, just as the drinks arrive, just as they play your favorite song, as your bladder disappears. No one will wind up like a spring before
The
you
bass.
had too much. Come back and focus again. The walls have been in shape. We got a Cheshire cat grin, all blurring into one. This place is on a mission before the night out, before the animal noises closer get cameras, before you come at all.
Cool. I can't figure out. Yeah, they're in B minor. Thought they were. Are they in E minor or B minor? Cool. Because all of that's fallen to E. Then E is 4-1 in B. Wow. To the 5. Cool. Lay so F sharp, D major 7 to the G, back to B minor. Cool. Yeah, they use the real 5 chord and they go from F sharp major to D major in that progression. Really, really evocative. It's amazing what you can do with kind of a May, Re, Do progression or melody. If you do just 3, 2, 1, I heard the 3, maybe with that A sharp in it, and then I heard that C sharp stay, and it became the major 7th of that D 7 chord, and then that G major 7 chord. Just lovely. Just lovely, isn't it? Jigsaw falling into place. The chorus, a jigsaw falling into place, so there is nothing to explain. You eye each other as you pass. She looks back and you look back. Not just once and not just twice. Wish away your nightmare. Wish away the nightmare. You got the light. You can feel it on your back. A light. You can feel it on your back. Your jigsaw falling into place. But is it a nightmare? Or is it a dream come true? What do y'all think? Most of y'all have been living with this song for a couple of decades now. Curious. I'm curious to know what you think. That's a special tune. All of these are special tunes, y'all. And we've got one more. One more. A song called Videotape. And from what I read, this was one of the early songs that was consistently in the mix to be included on the album. The band was committed to this song being a part of the final cut that gets released to the public for a long time. And apparently they went through many different approaches with the arrangement. Tom said, one day I came in and decided it was going to be like a fast pulse, like on a 4 on the floor thing, and everything was going to be built from that. We threw all this stuff at it, but then a couple of months later, I went out and I came back in, and Johnny and our producer Nigel had stripped it back. He had this bare bones thing, which was amazing. So we're going to hear a bare bones version and not like the full-on version. I'm ready. I'm ready. Videotape from Radiohead concludes this fabulous album. Here we go.
When I'm at the pearly gates, this'll be on my videotape, my videotape. Mephistopheles is just beneath, and he's reaching up to grab me. This is one for the good days, and I have it all here in red, blue, green, and red, blue, green. And you are my center when I spin away out of control.
It's like we haven't got a root tonic chord yet. That could be, but it's over the 3 chord. 7 to 1. It doesn't go there. Sounds like 5 or 7. The 3 notes are A, G sharp, G sharp, F sharp. That F sharp is really getting used. I hear F sharp is do. Percussion in my left ear. It's almost like the Betamax crashing and burning. You know what I mean? Eating your videotape. That's how the album ends. Y'all. Should go here. It doesn't. It doesn't finish. It just kind of stays. Is that G sharp the leading tone to A major? Or is it just an unfinished ninth over the F sharp? The way that they handled that intervallic relationship, masterful. Just masterful. Verse 2, this is my way of saying goodbye because I cannot do it face to face. So I'm talking to you before. No matter what happens now, you should not be afraid because I know today has been the most perfect day I've ever seen. And he doesn't want it to really come to be, because if it comes to be, then it'll come to pass. So it's just kind of sustained in this construct. When I'm at the pearly gates, this'll be on my videotape. When Mephistopheles is just beneath and he's reaching up to grab me, this is one for the good days, and I have it all here in red, blue, and green. RBG, baby. You are my center when I spin away out of control on videotape. I am pausing to make a mental home video of this experience. And when I'm at the pearly gates, this is what I want to have with me when Mephistopheles is near. Even if I'm not at the pearly gates, this is my memory that will help me conjure my Patronus charm. You know? This is his Patronus memory, and he wants it on a mental videotape. That's what I get from that. Absolutely brilliant, friends. It's not one that you put on and you bang your head to while you're driving down the road. It's one that you sit with and let just wash over you. I love it. I absolutely love it. Y'all, I love it more than Kid A and Amnesia. These are fascinating albums, don't get me wrong, but there's just something about my OK computers down here. I have wood cut out now from Big Train. But yeah, this one, the big one, right? I think this is still just a special recording, but in Rain, these songs, y'all. Whew. And the performance, incredible, just incredible. We patrons, we got to hear and watch the In Rainbows from the basement, because I'd love to see how the arrangements change They talked about Videotape having a completely different sound and a completely different feel. I'd be interested in hearing that quite a bit. So, how do I want to end today, y'all? Last week we talked about the fun story of how the band got their name from the Talking Heads song and the folks that were affiliated with them on that. Take a look if you're interested. Today I want to talk a little bit about how the band released this record. I read more about it this week and I find it really, really fascinating. So, they released this album in October of 2007. At that particular time, I am just neck deep in my own dissertation and my own doctoral studies. And I am writing hard, and there is nothing that happened in this earth, on this world, on this planet, that year that really got through to me. And I completely missed this. And I think it would have been of interest to me at the time. This was the first major album to be released using a pay what you want model. The band put a zip file with a whole bunch of MP3s from the album up, and fans could log on to the internet and pay as much as they wanted or as little as $0 or pounds for the download. The band had it available for about 2 months before they took that download option away. Apparently, their management agreed to take the bold move with them on this because they thought, well, our profit margin on an MP3 is quite a bit larger than it is on a physical piece of a CD or a piece of vinyl. So if we get some folks that pay quite a bit for it, then that'll make up for the folks that don't pay anything for it, and we'll be okay because we didn't have to shell out a huge sum of money to create all of the stock, the physical things that house and have this sound available through them. And apparently they created their own little LLC or LLP, and they ended up licensing their music to record labels. This was done without a record label. And by licensing their music to record labels so that the record labels could then release it, they could retain full ownership, not only of the compositions, but of the recordings themselves. I think that's really, really great. I mean, these guys, this band, I mean, we've heard their brilliance and their artistry, but they also have this unique combination of camaraderie, of courage, of stubbornness, of innovativeness, especially in the releasing of this album. Imagine the courage it took to go, yeah, we worked for a couple years on this. We worked to the bone. Y'all want it? Here, pay whatever you can. How about that? Right? And, you know, the album could have become known just because of this, because of its place in digital music commerce history. But I think it's just become known as one of the great Radiohead albums. And the way it was released 20 something, almost 20 years later, has now almost become a footnote in history. It was a big thing, I think, back then. But other artists have taken note, and I think the band still does this type of thing where they create some sort of LLC or LLP. In fact, they've been pretty quiet for a long time. They last toured, gosh, I think it's been since 2018, but just a month or two ago, in March of this year, they formed a new LLP. And that typically means that they're actively creating new material. So we may get brand new music from Radiohead before too long. That would be really, really cool. I think the next time, like I said at the beginning, that we go back to, or that we come back to this band, I'll probably go back and grab and listen to Hail to the Thief. I know they also have The King of Limbs from 2011 and A Moon-Shaped Pool in 2016, and hopefully, maybe by even later this year or next year, we'll have brand new music from Radiohead for the first time in a long time, in like a decade. So with that, my friends, I thank you for hanging out with me and listening to this album. We did side 1 last week, side 2 this week. I know there is a second CD with more songs. I may get to that. We'll see. We'll see how the schedule shakes out, friends. But for today and this week, I'm very thankful for all of you hanging out with me and listening to this wonderful music together. I have a lot more coming up, but for this week, that is all for me. Thanks for being with me. We'll see you next time on another edition of the Daily Dog.
It's the Daily Dog. Welcome to the Daily Dog. The Daily